Good evening. Not very happy I am. This is just really to be put up to show that unfortunately I just received a telephone, one that I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to talk about it, but it's very disappointed because, get the right side, it came broken. It came broken in the post. I've got my own opinion why it was broken. It's a bit of the thing there. It's the Iskra. It's a copy of the other phone I put up. The Swedish, not the Swedish, the Swiss phone. This is made, as I say, by Iskra, which means spark. And I think it was a design, well, obviously a design that Siemens made for the Albus work, which is the other phone. But it's nowhere near as well made. The dial is very basic and simple. And the insides, the bell is a standard bell just with a double gong. The induction coil is not incorporated with the bell gong. And by turning it over, well, you don't have to turn it over, the dial is connected up with a length of wire, unlike the Albus work, which has contacts which marry up to the dial when you put this part in. Anyway, as I said, this is not a technical thing. It's more or less as a bit of advice to anyone that sends not just telephones, anything delicate through the post. The postal authorities seem to think that if you get a parcel, it's to be chucked round the building, used as a football, and any other stupid thing they can do. Because as I showed you, it came broken. Great pity, because there's no way I can repair that. I wouldn't even attempt it. Wouldn't even attempt it. And it was obviously must have been had so much force that the part that takes the screw that holds the base in, or the mechanism in, is smashed as well. So it didn't just receive a slight tap, it received quite a thump. I'm not saying it wasn't well packed. It was, well, I'd have liked it to have been double boxed, but it was padded to a certain extent. With these, once again, now I have imported lamps from America, from various places, and you think electric light bulb made of glass, how on earth would that get through the post? Well, they did. They were double boxed, and it was fairly rare that you had one smashed through the post. But if this phone had been double boxed, I'll show you the box it was in. And the padding, it was, you know, not badly padded, but it was really too small for the size of phone. There wasn't enough to give him there. But there again, with some of the idiots kicking it about like a blooming football that they do. I've read other explanations of things where stuff has been broken through the post. Their attitude is, well, it's not mine. They couldn't care less. Typical type of thing that they would say. But there again, hopefully this will get sorted. The sender knows I'm not very happy about this, and I think he's offered to replace it with, well, he hasn't got one of these phones. He might be another Iskra, so I shall keep looking for a decent one of these. Well, this was a decent one, except before it got broken. There's the diagram. It's almost identical in looks to the Albus work. Apart from that, I haven't much more to say, except that they did want a picture of the broken case, which I suppose is understandable. It's had quite a knock. The rest of it seems to be okay. The handset's fine. The actual mechanism was a little bit loose inside. The capacitor's loose, well that is because it's not fastened down properly. That's something which you don't expect it, but it's something that can be easily rectified. That's not actually broken. That's, well, at least I don't think it is. The little rivet that goes through holding that strap across has got loose. And that's the phone. So as I say, we'll wait with interest to see what happens. I've actually given a talk on this phone, be it broken. For all intents and purposes, it's still explained the phone and shown the circuit diagram. So I will put it up as Telephones of the World, and let you all see what it looks like. Whatever comes in its place will be an Iskra, but it won't be one of these. The nearest I can find for one of these is £100. Well, this one cost me 17 because it was on an auction site and I was the only person that bid for it. Once again, it's not my fault I was the only one that bid for it. I bid for it and got it, but you know, I didn't expect it to be smashed in the post, which is a great pity. Apart from that, that's all I've really got to say. I'm hoping the seller will see, as I've told them it'll be on YouTube, so if they tune this one in to YouTube and find it, they'll see that it is the one that we're talking about, and turn the thing over, because there's also a label on there which is shown on their entry on eBay. So it's what's it? It's genuine. Let's have a look. It's an by the way, it's an AT11. There's the Iskra sign. ATA11. Outwardly, it is virtually identical to the Albus work, with subtle differences. Mainly the dial. The case is identical. There should be a name up there. No, it's not on this one. Yes, there is. There's the name on the, I don't know if you can see it, but it says Iskra. As I say, my eyes are not very good at all. It's got Iskra Kranzi, Yugoslavia, and their trademark, which is like a electrical spark. Anyway, that's all I've got to say on this one. Any questions, please ask, and I'll try and get back to you. As I say, I'm very, very disappointed, mainly with the carriers. You know, how are you supposed to get hold of stuff without it being broken? The people seem to take great delight in these post offices and places by roughly treating it. They think it's a joke. Well, I don't think it's a joke. I'm hoping the sender of this phone will try and get compensation back from the senders. I can't do anything about it. It wasn't sent from this country. It was sent from their own country. Whether the damage was done in their own country or nearer home, I've got my own opinions. I mustn't say too much because I want other parcels to arrive, and to arrive in one piece. Anyhow, that's all I've got to say tonight. I'm sorry if I sound a bit bad-tempered. That's because I am bad-tempered. And as I say, I'm hoping this will be of use to people to have a look and answer any questions that might be on there. Anyhow, I'm going to clear down now. And once again, many thanks for watching. But please take in what I say. If anyone's interested in receiving stuff by post, ensure that it is well boxed and double boxed if need be. It does work. Just putting it in padding paper and some those chips, I don't know what I call them, but they've got some of these things in it. Whoops. Which helps, but I think the answer is really, considering these go through idiots that handle them, I think the expression is we're surrounded by idiots and fools, or shall I put it, fools and idiots, something like that, who once again think it's funny to kick stuff about, knowing damn well that it won't be found out and they'll get away scot-free. But some unfortunate sod gets a box with a broken item in it. So anyhow, once again, thanks, and I'm going to clear down before I say anything I shouldn't say. Thank you.